My name is Tuukka Salonen. I work for Sovelto. We are a training company. Actually, our headquarters is in Pasila, a few hundred meters away, 19 classes, and we also have a test center over there. So let's go to our topic, which is really certifications, exams, and competencies. And this is a little bit problematic thing because at the moment all Microsoft partners are kind of expected to know how this works. There's only certain problems, like there is about 400 different exams, more than 100 different certifications, and after that there is competencies, not one, not two, there is tens of them, like 30, almost 40 competencies. And people are really unaware that how this kind of things work. What should I know? What should I do? How to become a partner with Microsoft? What do I need? So let's start from something, and I think the first topic could be certifications. So let's go to certification map, and first to a kind of overview page to Microsoft certifications. There's a couple of things which you kind of have to understand. First of all, there is several levels of certification, and the most important levels are technology specialists, that's kind of the lower level, and higher level, which is professional level. Those are the two most important levels you have to know. There is others, but at the moment you can pretty much ignore them. So the first level is technology specialist, and then there is the professional level. Okay. How we can get those certifications? We need exams. So exams, which are pretty much all here. You can find this from web. I have made it. It's tilemaps.com. And what we have here, we have all the Microsoft certification exams. And as you can see, well, there is at the moment 360 different exams. And there are certain rules. So the technical specialist is the kind of first level. The green ones are technical specialists. So, and the red ones is the professional level. So the next level. And there is also blue ones, which are upgrades. So if you have a certification, you can upgrade it quite easily. In these tile maps, you can do several things. For example, let's see. I would like to have all the developer exams here. Here we have them. And I would also like to have the IT Pro exams. And let's say how much we have them. It seems that there is more developer exams and actually less and a little bit more professional exams. And I always can zoom in, select an exam. That's old one. Let's try that one. And on the right side, I have a link to Microsoft official page. So I can always go there and have a better description of the exam. For example, there is things like skills measured. So when you go to your exam, these are the questions, the areas that is required to pass it. So let's go back to tile maps and do a few things more. So we have several different views. For example, on this view, we have all the products that Microsoft has. There's quite a lot of them. It's not like just Office and Windows. There is several server products, and I think there is some products that I don't really actually have any knowledge of, like Dynamics GB. What does it do? I don't know. It's some product. This is the reason why there is 360 different exams. Okay, let's say that I would like to have SQL Server exams. There we have it. And I would be interested in the audience. So the audience is here. There is academic. Well, that's not important, at least for us. Developers and IT pros are there. So I can kind of have different views to these exams. On the other hand, I might be interested in the latest exams. So I have a published category right here. So let's see the latest exams which are available just this year. So here we have them. Actually, let's clear it first and go back to 2012. And let's have 2011. We have more exams. And for example, right here is the developer exams. And what we have here is, for example, exam for Windows Phone. So this is a professional level exam. Actually, I passed that exam about 2 weeks ago. There is just a few guys at the moment in Finland who has done it. Probably like 5 or 10. So it's quite new. Okay, now we know that we have a lot of exams. Let's go back to certifications. So I have a link from the tile maps to certification map right here. And here I have Visual Studio 2010 and .NET 4 exams. Let's see. Once again, we have a lot of different tiles. First of all, as you can see, here is the technology specialist level. So that's the lower level. Each exam has a number, and that's the number that you need when you go to exam. And for example, let's say I would go to this exam which is about Silverlight. The result would be that I would be Microsoft Certified Technology Specialist, Silverlight 4 Development. These names are quite long, but that's how it goes. And Technology Specialist is the lower level. So usually I just need one exam, and I'm already a Technology Specialist. So then there is the next level, which is the professional level. I have a few choices right here. Let's say that I would like to have a certification for Windows Azure. Professional level, please. I just make a selection, and now I can see all the exams that are required. So let's see. In this case, we have to have several exams. So first, there is Windows Communication Foundation exam. Then there is another exam which is about database programming, entity framework. So you have 2 technology specialists after that. You can have several. After you have done that, the next level is the professional level. So that would be the 3rd exam that you have to take. And after that, you are Microsoft Certified Professional Developer, Windows Azure Developer 4. These names are, as I said, quite long, but we have to live with that. But that's the basic logic. And of course, there is different aspects. In case of Windows Phone, this is what we need. So once again, 4 exams, actually 3. First, there is Silverlight. Then there is a database programming and the professional level, which is all about Windows Phone. And as we are a training company, we have courses for this. For example, for the Windows programming, we have a Windows programming course. In this case, this is a link to our page, which is in Finnish. But of course, this is something that is available in English too. So you can, if you're interested in that, you can contact to us. Okay, so now we have two things here. Now we know that we have a lot of exams. After those exams, if you pass them, you get certifications. And the professional level is the higher level. The next, a little bit difficult thing is the competencies. At the moment, if you are a partner, you need to have competencies. Let's go to Microsoft page, which is all about competencies. The problem here is that there is more than 30 different competencies. So we have to kind of think that what is the area that we are interested in? Would it be, for example, mobility? That would be Windows Phone, of course. Or would it be something else? There is application lifecycle, for example, and a few others. Of course, there is even learning, which is really for us. So let's try to take one of these, and let's say that we are web developers. Okay, that's what we do. Web applications, probably for Windows, Azure, doesn't matter, but basically web development is our thing. There is some requirements, and usually these requirements are that you have to have certain amount of people with professional level certification. So here is the requirements, and let's see what those requirements are. These are a little bit usually complex, but here is like you have to pass these exams. For example, there is an exam which is about ASP.NET programming. Now, in competencies, there is two levels there. There is silver level and gold level. Okay, so silver and gold. And of course, gold is the higher level. You need more certified professionals for that. Silver, that's not so bad, but usually gold is quite hard to achieve. So, for example, this is the requirements for silver level. Let's go to professional level, which is the gold level. Actually, I am taking this thing from our page. This is, unfortunately, in Finnish, but it will do. So here's the web development competency, somewhere in here. Let me see, somewhere. Well, there's software. There it is. Okay. As I said, there's a lot of them. And this is quite hard to get, because in this case, the gold requires 4 people who are professional level guys. And if you think you need 4 people, and each of these have to have 4 different exams. So it's quite a lot. It's really hard to achieve. But there is a few things that we get if we do these certifications. Actually, it's a kind of a win-win situation for all. First of all, for the person who goes to these certification exams and gets a certification, well, it's in your CV after that. From the company's point of view, it's of course good because we can show that these guys are certified. They know what they're doing. It's really different than saying, yeah, you know, the guy knows it and, you know, he's really good. It's different to have a certification. But from company's point of view, there is one thing, and it's money. Seriously, money. If you are not Microsoft's partner and you don't have these competencies, everything is extremely expensive. I mean seriously, seriously expensive. Because you are buying everything and you are paying the list price. And the list price is high. It's very, very high. I mean, like Visual Studio 2010 Ultimate, the list price is something like 60 or 70,000 euros. Just for one developer. That's the kind of official price. Of course, you know, there really isn't much people who do that. But unfortunately, I have seen some organizations who really pay these prices. So the idea is that the company tries to get competency. Let's go back to this page. And let's see the benefits that we have. In general, we have here a calculator for the competencies. So let's say, for example, that we would get the web competency or mobility competency. That is quite cheap, as long as you have those certified guys. That's usually a requirement. But if you have those, the competency fee, in a way, this partner fee is quite low, and you get a lot of licenses, pretty much for free. So, for example, here we have Silver Web Development Competency. Okay, let's see what licenses we get if we have that. Okay, so those are the products. There's licenses for Lync, for Office, for Visual Studio, and so on, for customer relationship management. You get 100 licenses, just like that. But of course, you have to kind of renew your competency every year. And once we have new products, we have new certifications, new exams. So it's a kind of ongoing process. All the guys who are working with us have to kind of certify and recertify them all the time. In general, you can have several silver level competencies. And it's very typical, actually, that the situation is exactly that. For example, in our case, we have those competencies. So there is, of course, in our case, code learning, but there is a few others. So we have both silver and gold competencies, and several of them at the moment. So, and the idea is really that you can have a lot of them, and each of them will bring you more licenses. So, and this license calculator will kind of give you estimate of how many licenses you get if you're a partner. And this is kind of important to understand, because we are not talking about a few hundred or few thousand euros. We are more like it's more like hundred thousands of euros, and quite easily a company can save even like €500,000 with these competencies. So it's kind of good to know. And even if you are a developer, it's good to know, because the guys who are for example, your CTO probably figures this out and says that, okay, hey, now guys, go to these certification exams. We need these certifications. And as one guy from Microsoft said before, it's like you pay 10,000 euros for training, or you pay 1,000 euros for licenses. You choose. So this is kind of important to know. So really, and these things that I showed to you are in web, and tilemaps.com is a good starting point. So this was the view for the exams. Here was also the link for the certification map, where we have development certifications and also certifications for Windows servers and desktop Windows both. And you can always make different kind of choices and kind of look at the results. What are the exams that you have to be aware of and where you have to go. So we have a testing center here in Pasila, and there is always a possibility every week to go to any exam. It's like 200 euros. So if you don't pass, doesn't really matter. You can come again and succeed probably the next time. There is a few other links too there. So let's go to Timemaps again. And there is also 2 links for a couple of applications I've made for Windows Phone. By the way, in this room today, my last session is about how to publish things to Windows Marketplace. At the moment, this application is in Windows Marketplace in the featured list. So if you have a Windows Phone and you start your Marketplace, this is the first application is shown there. You can download it and try it. It's a web, it's a map with free draw ability and location awareness. There is also another application which is also for Windows Phone and of course for Lumia phones, and that's Sketch Views, which is basically a live video application, but you can draw on it and save it after that. Both of those are really new ideas, and if you're interested in Windows Phone development, the process how these are published, please come today to this very same room, and for the next presentation, which will be this. So prepare your applications for Marketplace and beyond. All right, so exams, certifications, and competencies. So it's good for a person, it's in your CV, for the company, you save a lot of money. From our point of view, it's a training opportunity. Thank you. So, any questions? Okay, let's see. Actually, I think there isn't really cloud competencies yet, but there is a certification for Windows Azure at the moment. But it's very likely that there will be one. This is a kind of thing that lives all the time, and every week we have new information. There is exams going, certifications coming, requirements for the competencies change even monthly. So it's quite hard to kind of understand and find everything there. Okay, thanks.